And we are coming down in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Getting Sports with Drunk. Radver Red Baron here, joined by
the Master Smassy.
That's right, the dynamic duo is back at it again.
And if Kyle shows up, I'm going to kick him
out. We have a potential for Souls to show, a potential for Mock to show. Riddler off tonight. Yeah.
Really dying.
Yeah, we wish him well. I mean, I'm coming off a terrible week. I was telling you off the air. Just... My insides were just liquid. Don't know why. Can't figure it out. But really cut into some good drinking that I wanted to get to.
Yeah, well, you've had plenty of years of that for now, so you get to take a little bit of a break.
Yes. Well, let's get down to business.
Yeah.
What are you drinking?
I am imbibing the champagne of beers tonight.
Oh, look at you.
I got some Miller High Life on deck.
Were these the High Lifes that you were very nice enough to give me the other day?
That you chugged like 7 of? Yeah.
There was such a part of me that, because we were down, it was for Ashley's birthday. Yeah. And we were down in the basement watching the end of one of the games, and you gave me one. They're gave me another.
And I looked away, and it's gone. It's like, another, sir.
And then, after the second, we're like, oh, man, I really want another one. I was like, I'm going to be a problem. Let's just call it
quits. I ended up giving you the third one.
Did I have the third one? I mean,
yes. And then you tried to take one home.
Oh, yeah.
I told you Rebecca would think that was a bad idea.
That's right. But other than ripping 3 High Lifes in 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's the old Kendall Reed forte. What are you drinking there?
So I guess before I mentioned, kind of a little gun shy, drinking wise, but I figured if I have a tiny bit of this, I've had it before, this Woodinville straight bourbon whiskey finished in port casks. I've reviewed this on the show before. This is excellent. Love bourbons, love ryes, love scotches. This is quite the treat. So I'll give another review later, but that's what I'm drinking.
All right. Gotta give me a bottle of that.
For pretty affordable.
Price of excellence.
Well, I guess I'll take...
Don't take the obvious one.
I want to take the obvious one. I will go...
I get dibs on that because of the losers. Hold on. I told you I'm kicking them out.
I'm here.
Those souls.
There he is.
I think we haven't started yet.
Oh, we have started yet.
We just started.
Well,
so
I gotta hang up and see you late.
What are you drinking?
The fuck you think I'm drinking?
Water. But I have to ask.
Are we actually on the show right now?
We are on the show right now. We are live.
We're doing Test of Excellence. You're going third.
What are we doing?
Kendall, what's yours?
All right. My toast is going to be... I was going to take the obvious one. I don't want... Now I'm caught off guard. All right.
You want me to do it real quick and give you a minute to think?
I got one.
All right, go ahead.
Mine is to Cam Hayward, who was selected as the Walter Payton Man of the Year.
There you go.
Long time, still Pittsburgh Steeler. It was cool to see him recognized. I don't remember the name of his organization, the charity that he contributes to or is a part of, but it was nice to see him recognized.
Toys for Tots.
Toys for Tots.
I'm just kidding. That's not it.
Yeah, I didn't want to question because I also didn't know, so I didn't want to be a dick and be like, no, that's not it.
That's very funny. Just like, no, you're wrong. Let's see. His foundation is called the Hayward House, which he started in 2015. The foundation focuses on combating childhood hunger, supports students and teachers, and AIDS, childhood literacy, and as well as fighting cancer.
Very cool. And it's
Yeah, guys,
interesting.
putting money in.
And his thing too is I don't keep up on all like the awards stuff, so it was actually like a nice surprise, like watching the intro to the Super Bowl and seeing him up on the podium and be like, oh wow, so I guess he won.
Yep.
So that was a nice surprise.
Yeah. Good on Cam. My toast of excellence is the obvious choice. My toast of excellence is to the Kansas City Chiefs for bringing me joy on a Sunday night by watching the 49ers lose the Super Bowl. Very few things bring me greater joy than that.
A true sportsman.
And I tell you, I missed the group chat like half an hour ago saying that Marshawn Lynch has shot up in like my favorite football players very, very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm at the point where I'm almost ready to consider him an honorary Ram. That's how much he has turned me a little bit.
Very high praise.
Very high praise. There is a video that I've discovered, and I will send it to the group, of Marshawn Lynch walking around Vegas during the Super Bowl week doing interviews.
Mm-hmm.
He's followed by a cameraman, has a microphone, and he's walking up to 49ers fans. He goes, hey, you 49ers fan? Yeah, fuck you! Moves on to the next one. Hey, you 49ers fan? Yeah, fuck you! Moves on to the next one. And does it to at least 20 49ers fans. And it's like, man, I am so proud of this man. This man is near and dear to my heart now.
Does he?
That's literally all the video is. It's him walking up, hey, you 49ers fan? Yeah, fuck you!
He had or has a show like on Vice or something.
Yes.
I don't know if they're still making it or
they are not still making it.
But I mean, like, talk about the perfect guy to just like, hey, do whatever. We'll give you a camera crew.
You know what? He is embracing his inner his Seahawk, and I respect it. I know he's not doing because he's a Ram. He's doing it because he's a Seahawk. But it's the one thing I can agree on the Seahawks on. It's fuck the 49ers. So you know what? Toast to the Chiefs for making the 49ers a little bit more sad. And toast of excellence to Marshawn Lynch for telling 49ers to go fuck themselves. Kyle, what's your toast of excellence?
My toast of excellence is to Ben Gamel signing with the Mets today.
Kyle,
Okay.
I did not
I'm
know
just
this
kidding.
news.
That's not it.
I was gonna say.
I was going to say.
I was not
what I
aware.
expected on Kyle, but it's a baseball one, so I guess kind of.
There's no baseball right now. Well, kind of, but
Kind of.
like guys are slowly starting to sign.
Mm-hmm.
My toast of excellence is to Steelers general manager Omar Khan
For getting rid of a couple people you don't like.
for getting shit done quickly.
Yeah, I mean, no time wasted. Like the season as we know it ends. Boom, cuts were made.
Yep. Kendall,
Yes.
I just sent you the video. Go mute yourself and go watch it. If it brings you to like the main page of Superhero Guide, just swipe right once. So, while Kendall goes to watch that because it's fucking funny and I want him to do it while we're live on air. Obviously, as discussed, this was Super Bowl weekend. Kansas City Chiefs played the 49ers in Vegas, and in the second overtime game in NFL history for the Super Bowl, the Chiefs emerged victorious. I believe that Kyle Shanahan is the only person to have taken place in both overtime games in the Super Bowl history.
Uh-huh.
And fun fact, he lost both of them.
Yeah, but this one's not his fault.
No, but it doesn't mean that I'm not going to be happy about it.
I think he's a good coach.
Hell, I'm not going to deny that he's a good coach. I will in no way, shape, or form deny that he's a good coach. When their starters are in, I don't think we beat them in the regular season in 7 years. So they have to be good for us to not win a game and us to have won a Super Bowl in that time frame.
Real quick, I just wanted to check. That is amazing. He's walking through the casino floor.
Hey, you a 49ers fan? Fuck you.
So funny.
It's great. It's the best thing I've ever seen. So Kyle Shanahan is a good coach. Kyle Shanahan also gets into his head a little bit, abandoned the run in the start of the third quarter. To his credit, got back to it a lot sooner than he did last time. But if not for a couple of special teams gaffes, I do think the 49ers win that game.
Well, I think if Greenlaw doesn't tear his Achilles, they win that game.
Oh, that too. But you know what? I don't want to hear about injuries. I don't want to hear about none of it. Every team goes through hardships in their Super Bowl, and some of them win, some of them lose.
I'm just saying, I think if he doesn't fall on his ass and tears his Achilles, they win.
In fairness, he fell on his face.
Man, Duke is really not that good.
No, they're not. So, an interesting observation that I had last night that I haven't seen anybody really talk about, like talking heads or anything. 49ers, in their 2 playoff games to get to the Super Bowl, played the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions in the divisional round and the championship round, respectively.
Of Detroit.
Huh?
The Detroit Lions of Detroit.
The Detroit Lions of Detroit.
Good note, Souls.
Good note. In both of these games, the 49ers struggled heavily in the first half before rebounding in the second half and winning the game. In the Super Bowl, they came out swinging in the first half and got trounced on in the second.
I wouldn't say they got trounced on. They struggled in the third, and they moved on the field the entire fourth quarter.
They just couldn't get back into the end zone.
Well, Chris Jones was in his mush.
Oh,
if he had
absolutely.
one more, that game was over.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to Oh, go ahead, Kyle.
Sorry, Kendall. That guy's a free agent this year,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of want him to be in Pittsburgh.
I kind of want him to be in LA. So on the Rams. On the Rams.
He's good. He's good with
Massey, good note. Good note.
On the Rams, specifically. But yes, he is a very good player. And the 49ers have a lot of very good players. And I came to the depressing realization this morning that they will probably continue to have very good players for a very long time because they're not in cap trouble at all. They're $3 million over the cap going into this season.
Wow.
Very easily fixed with restructures.
Yeah.
Steelers are back under now.
And
we got rid of the worst punter in football.
And the Niners have $25 million the year after.
The Niners are the best punter in football.
Excuse me. That would be the Carolina Panthers.
He's not the same.
I don't want to hear it. Johnny Hekker is the best punter in football, and you can go fuck yourself.
But yeah, I mean, there's no reason to rehash this. Everyone watched it. I mean, I just figured we give our quick notes on the game. Massey kind of got us. What's that?
Ken, I'm going to interrupt you. I did want to do another toast of excellence that I forgot about. It's one I don't think we do often enough when it deserves to be celebrated. Toast of excellence to Bill Vinovich and his referee crew last night. Not a single bad call.
Yeah, good point. That's an official that I really do like.
Not a single bad call on that entire crew. So toast of excellence to the NFL's Super Bowl crew. That was excellent last night.
Toast of excellence to Mike Zimmer. Back in the NFL, baby.
Yep, in the big star. Kendall, keep talking about the Super Bowl.
Just my quick takeaway from everything, just kind of feeding off what you said, Mass, already. It's a shame. As someone who does like, Kyle Shanahan, he's kind of been on the bad end of a couple, games
Sacrilege.
Now. And, it did really feel like he got in his head. I heard Romo saying early in the game that his game plan, he wanted to run the ball 30 times. And then you see constantly, on a first down, Brock Purdy throwing the ball. It just kind of got out of their game script. I don't know if those were adjustments that he was making on the fly that were really required. I don't know. Just that was something I was viewing. It's a shame that, a great performance from Jennings and McCaffrey kind of went down and just to like the history books of, hey, these guys played in the Super Bowl. Credit the Chiefs.
Juwan Jennings is now in the history books for the Super Bowl, though. He has a record.
Yeah, he and Foles, right?
He and Foles.
Both
only players to throw and catch a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
He's also a sick blocking receiver.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, early before the game kind of like really took shape, there was a part of me that felt an argument could have been made for Conley to be the Super Bowl MVP because
Mitch Conley, yeah.
as a special teamer, he was in on so many plays. Like it just anytime like the ball was around, whether making a tackle, downing the ball like within the 1 yard line, he was just there. Like it was incredible.
I am Chris.
I'm trying to think of the last time that we had a special teams player win the Super Bowl MVP, and he played for the Cowboys.
No, I think it was Desmond Howard of the Packers who returned 2 kicks for the Packers versus the Patriots in the 90s.
Oh, you know what? I forgot about that.
Hey, Desmond Howard?
What's
the
that?
Heisman winning Desmond Howard?
The Heisman winning Desmond Howard. You are correct.
I was thinking about Larry Brown.
Yeah.
Offensive lineman for the Cowboys?
Cornerback for the Cowboys.
Yeah, that was versus Pittsburgh too. That bastard.
We had Neil O'Donnell.
And Cordell Stewart as a receiver.
Yes, that's right. Neil O'Donnell threw 2 right to him.
Yeah, he's bad.
But
I didn't watch him play.
No, he was a little before our time. But I will say, kind of like in summary, despite what anyone's, wants for outcomes to be, I did think the Super Bowl lived up. I thought it was an enjoyable game to watch.
I thought it was a great game.
I didn't really have much of a rooting interest. I think I would have preferred San Fran to win, but I don't really care.
Man, Kendall, if it wouldn't ruin the entire show, I would absolutely put you in canceled right now.
But the thing is, like, seeing Kansas City win again, like it doesn't. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. It is. They're the team of
But
now.
you lost sleep over the Patriots winning.
But here's the thing, Kyle. Like back then, like that was the team that Pittsburgh couldn't beat over and over again. And I can't sit here and complain about them and then not complain about the Chiefs. I just I have to just accept it. You know what I mean? Because that's going to be the team now to do that, and they're going to do that for the next 20 years, foreseeably. And it's like, if I'm going to like turn over 20.
You didn't Mahomes play for another 20 years?
Well, the point being is that like that was a team that was dominant for a extended period of time. I'm just lump summing that.
Committed suicide.
But
maybe not. We don't endorse that on the show.
I just don't be surprised if they go and win 3 more Super Bowls like later down the road with Mahomes.
I hope not.
I'm
tired of Eric winning.
But I mean, like in general, like I digress. Like we've witnessed some pretty great Super Bowls in our time watching football. Like it would suck like growing up in the '80s watching blowouts. Like we are very lucky that, I mean, we've witnessed 3 kind of crappy Super Bowls. Give it Buccaneers, Chiefs, Broncos, Seahawks, and
don't say it.
No, I mean, I don't subscribe to the belief that was a bad Super Bowl. You're talking about Rams Patriots.
Yeah,
I don't consider that. That's non-real football fans complaining that it wasn't a 30-30 game. Well, I was just saying 2 or 3 because I can't really think of. Those are the 2 that really stand out to me. I can't think of a blowout that we've been watching.
I'm going to look and see Super Bowl history real quick.
For me personally, the first Super Bowl I really kind of like remember watching and understanding was I want to say it was
Patriots Panthers.
Patriots Panthers would probably be fair, yeah.
I had a Deshaun Foster jersey.
Did you?
Control.
I did. Don't know
let's
why.
See. Rams Bengals was a good game. Bucks Chiefs was a meh game. Chiefs 49ers was a good game. Patriots Rams was a good game. Eagles Pats was a good game. Patriots Falcons was the best game. Broncos Panthers was a good game. Patriots Seahawks was good. Seattle Broncos was bad. Ravens 49ers was the outage game.
Mm-hmm.
Giants Patriots. Packers Steelers. Saints Colts. That one was exciting, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, all these ones you're basically mentioning, have
I'm
been.
going back to see how far it takes me to get to a bad one. Cardinals, Steelers, Giants, Patriots,
I think
Colts,
that was good.
Bears.
Not even because the
Uh,
Steelers are in it.
That's a great Super Bowl 43.
which one?
Cardinals.
Colts, Steelers, or Cardinals? Colts, Steelers. Jesus Christ, Colts, Bears, or Steelers, Cardinals?
Steelers, Cardinals.
That's the one that actually got me into Madden. Fun fact. Actually, that Super Bowl is the one, I guess, technically, that got me into watching football.
Big Ben to San Antonio home.
Steelers to Seahawks.
I mean,
You guys have to tell me. I don't know if that was a good game
you
or
can
not.
make the argument for both Bears, Colts, and Steelers, Seahawks that they were kind of middle of the road, and I say that because the Steelers Seahawks game was, I think it was kind of top heavy scoring wise, and it was kind of slower from the third quarter on. And
Yeah.
and unfortunately for Bears Colts, like despite the game being in Miami, it was raining, so it kind of fell into that when the Super Bowl was in New York. It was just crappy conditions, and it sucks that like every other Super Bowl like, in existence has been perfect except for like those two, both that Peyton Manning are playing in.
Were they,
Manning.
was it bad weather in Dolphins in Miami?
Yeah, it rained. It was like it wasn't.
Did it?
It wasn't pouring, but it was like it was a sprinkly type thing, like the ball's wet type of game.
Yeah.
We need to.
The furthest back I could go back to find not arguably bad game was Tampa Bay, Oakland, 48-21.
Yeah, I remember watching that.
Yeah, I mean we
That
were.
was a 48-21 score. That's not even.
Yeah, we were pretty young, but that was a blowout.
I remember rooting for the Buccaneers for some reason.
I remember I don't think I finished watching that game. I think I went to sleep.
Oh, you got put to bed, Kendall.
I did. I mean,
You couldn't
Little
hack me no
baby.
more.
Kendall was 10.
Kendall had to go to school the
No,
next
Kendall
morning.
wasn't even 10. You were 9 at that time, weren't you?
yeah, probably. I mean,
We weren't even
Um,
friends yet.
because I think that really, I mean, I'm trying to remember. Like, I remember watching Super Bowls, but like, I want to say the one that actually stayed up for the entirety for like, moving forward was I want to say it was that Patriots Eagles in 2004. I think that was the first one I was allowed anyway to stay up for the entire game. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Kendall couldn't stay up past 9 o'clock.
Listen, it was the rules, man. I would change it, but I can't.
Already done.
Nerd.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that the Super Bowl was an interesting game. I obviously had a heavy rooting interest in this game.
Mhm.
So I was very invested, especially towards the end. I was praying. I got very upset on the 3rd and 17 holding call because I thought it was like some bullshit. But
No, yeah.
like I said earlier, every call was, yeah, that's a foul. It was a very good game. It was a nice balance of offense and defense. It didn't lead to pretty heavy scoring. Both defenses stood pretty well in the end zone. Lot of fumbles.
Yeah, it was a
There
little
were 7.
messy, which is I guess uncharacteristic for a game like that. I can't really think of too many heavy turnover games or ball on the ground type games anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, all in all, I walked away thinking, all right, I'm glad that I watched that.
Yes, it was a good game. It was worthy of being a Super Bowl. I gotta tell you, you want to know what the worst part about that game was last night?
What's that?
You asked me this 5 years ago. Don't know that I would have ever thought I would say this.
What do you got?
Tony fucking Romo was terrible on the mic last night.
Yeah, I mean, in
Tony
general,
Romo was fucking terrible last night.
I have changed my tune often on him. Initially, when he first came in, I was excited because he was a guy. He wasn't a stiff.
Yeah.
He was animated. I enjoyed like he was kind of predicting calls and whatnot. That kind of got old quick. Going into
He
the next
doesn't
year,
do it anymore.
and he's gotten very sloppy. It just like
There were two moments last night that really pissed me off. I wouldn't say I'm a casual fan. I'd say I'm a pretty like heavily invested fan.
Mhm.
I'm not to the level of like sports analysts that are watching every fucking game and analyzing them down to the details. But I like to think that I know a decent amount about each team.
Mhm.
Like I can tell you what their strengths and weaknesses are, some quirks about the team, blah blah. Tony Romo last night proved to me he doesn't fucking study the teams before the games. Number one, this is wrapped into one thing. Number one is he said that Shanahan told him privately that they want to run the ball 30 times a game. He didn't tell you that seriously. They don't ever run that much. They run to set up the pass. That's what they always do. Number two, the one that pissed me off the most, and I only know this about this guy because I wanted us to take him back in 2020. Creed Humphrey set a low snap to Mahomes. That was the pass, I believe, that got called for intentional grounding.
Yep.
And Romo comes on air and says, man, that's not indicative of what Creed Humphrey is all about. That's very unusual for him. Motherfucker, the biggest knock on him coming out of college was his low snaps. And that hasn't fixed. That's not any different. Though? What?
You know what? Still want him as my center.
He's calling the game.
No, I get it. But when you have Mason Cole.
Yeah. And the second thing that really pissed me off is the very last play of the game. Tony's talking about how, there's viewers out there that are wondering why the clock's running down, the Chiefs aren't using timeout, blah, blah, blah. They're at the line ready to snap this ball in the red zone on the 5-yard line. Tony talks through the play, not letting Jim Nantz make the call for the game-winning touchdown for the Super Bowl.
Let me ask you
about a clock running down.
That is a very interesting thing. I didn't pick up on it until you just said that, because that's exactly what happened. I didn't even consider that.
He talked through the play. Jim Nantz didn't start talking until Mecole Hardman caught that touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who watches any sports, traditionally we'll call it a two-man booth. You have your play-by-play guy who isn't necessarily ever played. He's just a standard commentator. Broadcasting school, this, that, and the other. And then your color guy is the guy who played, and that's kind of how that's the standard operating procedure across all sports. And there's a give and take, and some guys just they have that chemistry. I mean, I thought so highly of Chris Collinsworth and Al Michaels because that chemistry was just unmatched. And now with Collinsworth and Tirico, they have the give and take, but the chemistry is not there. There's definitely there's clunkiness.
I think they'll get there. Give it a year or two, but because that takes a couple years. Al and Chris did that for what, 22 years together?
Not. See, now I don't know. I think.
Let's see.
It was Super Bowl 43. I'm pretty sure was Madden's last game. I think it was. I think Super Bowl 43 was Madden's last game. So whatever that math is, and not
December 08.
15 years.
15 years. And not to turn this into a Tony Romo, shit fest, but
no, we're doing that right now.
The thing is, like,
I'm not done.
He doesn't have that give and take. And personally, like, I have a lot of respect for Jim Nantz because he's done it at a high level for a very long time. But I also don't love Jim Nantz in general. I've always found him kind of stuffy.
Does.
He's not like a really personable guy. He's like a robot.
I love him.
And Kyle, I've talked about that. I respect that you know like him and whatnot. He's not as far as my guys go. I'd prefer to
He's much
watch.
better at basketball.
Oh,
Yes.
well, let's do and another thing too. Like, you guys ever seen his golf
Yeah,
broadcasts?
it's great.
It's
Yes, his golf broadcasts are good as
it's
well.
amazing. Like, and I'm one of those weirdos. I do actually enjoy watching golf on television. Like, I'll watch it for Jim Nantz because you know it's kind of like it goes hand in hand.
It's like in comparison, Joe Buck. Everybody hates him for football.
You know, I did when I first started watching football because that was the meme. That's what everybody said.
Uh,
I like Troy and Joe. I like them as a commentator pairing. I
That's a
think that
good
they're my
duo.
favorite in the league right now.
Yeah, and since we're just sort of on the topic, and you mentioned it, Massey, that was just like something somebody popularized, and like everyone just kind of jumped on that train, like, oh, to hate on Joe
Well,
Buck.
so and it's been very interesting because I've done like I guess watching. I don't want to call it research because I haven't. I'm just interested in it. So I watched some videos on it, and Joe does a lot of talking about when he was young and he was trying to make a name for himself, and he was like going extra hard in the booth, and that's why a lot of people made fun of him. I think he talked recently about the Randy Moss call. He's like, yeah, if I could have one back, that would be the one.
Yeah, I
Um,
saw that clip you're talking about.
but he's grown up. He's a great commentator now. He has some of my favorite calls. His
yeah,
call for the Minneapolis Miracle was exceptional,
you know it's crazy. He's way better at baseball.
and he's way better at baseball.
Yeah, and
Way better at
But
calling
he's
baseball
a
games.
great dual sports commentator.
yeah, it's a shame because like for CBS, that's the number one team. It's Nance and Romo, and
Not anymore.
not anymore.
Remember, they're at ESPN now.
No, I mean for CBS for Jim Nance and Tony Romo.
Oh, I thought you were talking about because they were Fox anyways. Anyways, continue. Sorry.
No, what I'm just mean though is that like that is like that's where the big money is for
Mm-hmm.
the broadcast team, and like and personally like I think of like I would rather my favorite CBS is like Ian Eagle. Like I mean that's like my guy. Like
Yeah.
I really enjoy him. I guess it's Ian Eagle and Charles. Well, why can't I think of his?
Charles Davis.
Yes, and who is with Dan Fouts? Why can't I remember who this is?
Iron Eagle.
No, Kellen. No. Um,
Iron Eagle's another good one.
Yeah, Ian
we were
Eagles.
just talking about him.
Ian Eagles like my favorite on CBS
Sorry,
anyway.
my nose is bleeding, so I have to take care of that.
No problem.
What? Um. Who the hell does he call with?
Is it Kenny Harlan?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Frank Green.
Trent. Who's with Trent Green? Is it Harlan and Green? I can't remember. Anyway, like the point I'm getting to is that I would much prefer like if it was Ian Eagle calling the game than Nance
Yeah.
and Romo. I just and it's a preference thing. I'm sure there's people out there like, oh, Jim Nance, I worship the ground that he walks on. But for me, it's like I almost like I'm almost trying to like tune it out, and it's like the commentary is just something I enjoy about the sport so much, and like
It makes or breaks a good game.
But that was really, I really went off the rails on this. But that was a very good point about that last play. I didn't even pick up on that until you said that.
Yeah, and it just makes me so goddamn mad because, man, people call Chris Collinsworth a dick rider, and there are very few people that do it harder than Tony Romo in this league right now.
Yeah.
You know who's not a dick rider?
Who's
Nope.
that?
Where?
Who?
Fuck.
He's having a tough time with this nosebleed right now.
I thought it was over.
Yeah, who's your not dick rider?
Who's my not dick rider?
The guy you just said. You know who's not a dick rider?
Oh, I was just being an asshole.
Oh,
Shut the fuck up, Kyle.
Chris Berman.
Yeah, I mean,
Fucking awesome.
CBS is a very hard thing for me to watch now. Like during the second half of the season this year, I'm pretty sure I watched most of the 4 o'clock games on mute in the background because I just didn't want to hear them. Which is a shame because I mean, Jim Nantz has some good calls.
yeah.
But Tony is just fucking insufferable now.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think I'm okay.
He's gonna pull through for us.
And I'm trying to think of what Jim Nantz's biggest calls were.
I'm sorry, what was that, Kyle?
Nothing. Don't worry about me.
Listen.
All right, go mute yourself in the meantime, then.
No, because you guys need to hear it.
So, I mean, is there anything else more about the game you want to say? I mean, I was kind of hoping to talk a little bit about other aspects of it, like
how much Taylor Swift do you want to talk about?
What's that?
Like none of it, because like it's over and who cares?
I was joking with Kendall.
I'm just saying it out loud.
Well, I mean, not that it's really like part of the game, but what was your thoughts on halftime?
I thought Usher was sick.
I honestly still haven't watched the show. I went home from the gathering I was at halftime.
Well, for me anyway, I mean, I'm a fan.
It seemed like it was very well received.
Yeah, Kyle is a much bigger fan than I he enjoyed it. My big thing in general, and I've said this before, like I don't need a halftime show. I would be just as happy with just 15 minutes of commercials because I'm not that invested. Like I don't need a performance. It's a cool.
That's another thing we got to talk about is the commercials.
Yes, I mean it's a cool aspect of the game that there is a national performance. I get that, I acknowledge it, but like I don't need it. Like they did a tremendous job. All the choreography and all this, and it is a spectacle for sure. It's
I got chili skis, so you can shut your mouth.
But like for me, like it didn't like I'm not different after watching it. You know what I mean? Like it was enjoyable that like there's songs from our youth or whatever you want to call it, songs that we like, blah blah blah, this and the other. But like I could take it or leave it. It was fine for me.
Serviceable.
You're just an Usher hater.
No, but Kyle, I'm not. I like Usher, and like.
Oh yeah, name 5 songs.
Name 20 more.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of.
That's just such a bit that I reference all the time. I love that bit. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably go back and watch it tomorrow while I'm home. And again, mostly what I'm seeing online, most people thought it was pretty good. I thought it was hilarious that I saw like this on NFL memes that Luda came out in all pads. That's very funny to me.
It was pretty funny. Paul had texted me. He goes, "The afro looks fake."
It did. That's funny.
That's like the hair he used to have.
He's
Like
dead. And then I sent this to a friend of mine last night because it came up on NFL memes, and I just sent it to you on Instagram. He's actually dead, Kyle. He's currently like going to see a doctor. He's sick.
Yeah, no Paul in it.
I wasn't told.
Well, it happened like just before we went on.
Yeah, I mean,
Get the fuck out of here.
It's better than the alternative because I'm pretty sure they asked Taylor to do the halftime show and she said no.
Right.
Which would have just been so fucking funny. All right, let me leave the booth to go and perform, and then I'll come back up here. But I will say that speaking of Taylor, she got a little bit of credit back from me last night. I don't know if you guys saw this because it wasn't broadcast, but it was on Twitter. during one of the commercial breaks, they panned up to her on the jumbotron and she slammed a beer and slammed it down.
Yes, I saw that. That was pretty funny.
So I was like, all right, I'll give you a little something for that.
Quick follow up to that.
Yeah.
Did you see Massey the video? I think it was Leonardo DiCaprio. I think they caught him like snorting coke.
No, I gotta go find that real quick.
I don't know if that's like what actually happened. Like they there's a still image of him, and like I don't know if it was
Him and Jeff Goldblum.
I think so, and because it wasn't on the broadcast, I think it was just the stadium like going around.
Yes, I see this.
And
he's like bowing his head down and he's kind of like sniffing real hard.
Yeah, I mean, it really does look like it.
It really looks like he's doing some coke, which I mean, all credit to him. That dude is 52, banging 24-year-olds. So
right. Oh,
good for him.
And one more Taylor Swift thing. I was interested in the saga of like, oh, it was going to be like a race for her to get to the Super Bowl. But then she showed up like an hour and a half like before kickoff. So it was like all this to do about nothing.
Nobody thought it was going to be a race. She has her own jet.
Well, that's what I mean. Like everyone was like, oh, she's got a show in Tokyo. How is she going to possibly get there in time? Like, oh, I don't know.
Going to finish the game, get on the plane, and sleep on the plane.
Right. It's like, oh, I might just get on my private jet.
And take a shower while I'm on it because I have a shower on my private jet.
So ridiculous.
And there you go. So obviously Patrick was very good that game. Saw a very stupid stat today that he led his team in rushing through the playoffs and last night.
Mm-hmm.
But is there anybody aside from Patrick you would have considered giving the MVP to?
On the Chiefs?
Anybody. Like,
yeah,
I feel like
Jones,
this is a... Yes, Chris Jones is one. I just feel like this is a good time to, like, give recognition to some players that didn't get it like that last night.
Chris Jones should have got it.
Chris Jones was fucking electric.
Yeah, game wrecker for sure. I mean, you sort of mentioned in our group chat. I mean, I think there is something to be said for Butker. You know,
Yeah.
kicked 3 very long
Honestly,
or 2.
honestly, the punter should probably get it. That guy put him back there every time.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
Special teams was great for the Chiefs last night.
Never a sexy pick, but
49ers too. Wishnowski was good.
Moody just got his kick blocked. It's not like he missed it.
No, and I'm so fucking mad about that the dude decides to wait for the Super Bowl to start being good. Like, fuck you. I was expecting a couple missed kicks out of you.
Yeah.
And for a minute, you had the longest one in Super Bowl history. Thank God Butker erased that.
Yeah. What a great 10 minutes for him, huh?
Ugh, fuck that guy.
Just because your kicker sucks.
Which one?
Fair.
All 3 of them sucked this year, Kyle.
That's the one thing I'm happy about. We've had a good kicker for my entire life.
Kyle, don't jinx us now.
Yeah, knock on wood.
He's got at least another 13 years now.
I know you can't give it to coaches, but Spags deserves like consideration for what a masterful game plan he put together.
Yeah, I mean the guy shows up week in, week out, and I think despite him being on the Chiefs and whatnot, it's a guy who sort of doesn't get the credit he deserves. And I only say that because, they always talk about these defensive coordinators and the guys who get head coaching gigs and whatnot. And what's funny? Mm-hmm. His name kind of never comes up. Now, it could be his own choosing.
He may terrible as the Rams.
But listen, think of all the guys who've had multiple chances.
Absolutely. And Spags should probably get another chance, and he probably will next year.
I mean,
but
bad coach.
And well, that could very well be the case. But and there's guys too that they just they kind of know their role, and maybe he does. And like
he's arguably one of the greatest defensive coaches of all time. He, I think, has the most rings as a coordinator now. You
tie on the 2 with the Giants. and those like, especially going up against the undefeated Patriots at the time, like to
Yep.
drop that and almost beat them twice because they played in week 17 of that year too, and they think
Yep.
only lost by I think 3 points then. Good on him,
Yep.
Good on you, Kendall.
Hey, appreciate it, man.
So, do we want to talk about the elephant in the room?
Yeah,
Talk about what?
How do you go into a game without knowing how the rules work?
are you talking about just
I
like
don't
the players
care.
in general?
Like, how do you not get prepared to be put into that situation?
I don't know. I mean, and I don't want to like assume if you're kind of leading to something, but like I've noticed this kind of comes up often, like the players not knowing the rules, and the only thing I could really think of is that just they're not being taught that like there's a trickle down
But they
effect.
should be. It's overtime rules.
Right. I totally agree. But I guess what I mean is like, so, every year there's the meeting where like they discuss rule changes with this, that, and the other.
I'm
And then
not
like,
talking about like the competition committee changing the fact that you can now declare two eligible offensive linemen. I'm okay with like niche rules not being known. This is overtime. This is a big fucking rule.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if the guys are just not listening or they're not retaining or it's just not being taught. I don't know what the answer is, but this comes up so often where it's like, oh, I didn't know that this is the rule. Like it literally all the time in press conferences or whatever, like a statement is given like, oh, I didn't know that X, Y, and Z happened during overtime or whatever.
It's just that screams to me of a lack of preparation, which is not something I expect out of the 49ers. And I said it to Kyle earlier. I'm not going to say that Shanahan's a bad coach. Shanahan's not a bad coach. Shanahan is an excellent coach. Like that team is prepared week in and week. There's a reason they were the number one seed since week one, and the favorites to go to the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
The favorites to the Super Bowl, and our favorites to win the Super Bowl next year. It's because they're a good fucking team. As much as that pains me to say it, I don't know how you go into the game not knowing the rules for overtime.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and if you've like listened to our show and like you look back at any stuff that we've talked about, this type of thing coming up, we've discussed our theories on overtime over and over again. We've beat the subject to death. I mean, nothing for me anyway. Nothing short of playing the entirety of a quarter again, a fifth quarter football, call it overtime. I think it's the only way that there will ever be a definitive that, hey, there's nothing you can complain about because you got an additional 15 minutes of football to play.
I'm personally okay with the way the rules are now. I don't mind that. If you're given a chance to do something else, it's a chance you didn't have during the 60 minutes. You didn't want to go to overtime. There's plenty of other stuff you could have done.
Yeah.
And we're giving you one more grace time to go down and do this.
I just give so my remedy there's no new rules or anything to learn because you just continue playing football for the time allotted. That way there's never a situation, oh, I didn't know that because like, well, what do you mean you didn't know? You're playing football just as you were for 4 other quarters.
I don't know, man. Like, I don't mind like the rules as they are now for that one, and I don't mind college's rules. College's rules definitely seem like they're fun for that aspect of the sport.
Mm-hmm.
I'm of the opinion that if you're going to bitch about overtime, especially if you're guaranteed a possession, don't go to overtime in the first place.
Yeah, that's another
You
option.
have 60 minutes to not get there. 60 minutes. It's not favoring any team because you both get a chance. And you know what? If you both score, then it's sudden death. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
The only thing I would change is I would take away the guaranteed sudden death. I would say if you keep switching haymakers, we go until one of you doesn't. Like, if the 49ers drove down, like last night, that's game over. If the 49ers had driven down and scored a touchdown, and then the Chiefs did, and then the 49ers drive down and score a touchdown, and then the Chiefs kick a field goal or don't score, it's a 49ers win.
You know what they should do?
What?
Play the extra quarter.
I don't hate the idea of the extra quarter, but
It stops all this shit. It stops it.
Well, that's exactly what I was saying. It's just like, there's nothing new you have to learn. You just play an additional 15 minutes until there's, and if you can't do it in that 15, you do another
10 minutes.
No, 15 minutes.
I mean, when you do 15, you can't bitch about there's only 10 minutes.
Took up too much time.
Right, 15 minutes. That means it's exactly the same.
Just don't suck. Don't get tied.
There you go. That's the best answer.
It's the best one we've come up with so far.
This is true.
Hey, what's your guys' favorite Pringle flavor?
I'm a big sucker for the pizza.
Bro,
I'm gonna receive a lot of hate. I don't really like Pringles.
not my question.
They're not like my favorite either. If I had to pick a flavor, it'd be pizza or sour cream and onion.
That's mine.
All right. If I had to pick a flavor, I would just do sour cream and onion.
Yeah, it's the best flavor. Also, fuck you, Kendall. I love Pringles.
I mean, I would just rather have a regular chip.
Fuck Lay's. Lay's is overrated as shit. Fucking gives you a fucking half a bag.
I mean, everywhere does except for Pringles.
And the barbecue Frito twist.
That too. Although they have gotten worse over time. Do you guys think the Chiefs are a dynasty?
Well, by definition, yes.
What's definition of a dynasty?
Winning 3. It's somewhere along the line they came up with that. I don't know. Not my. It's just something I've always known as the reason why something is a dynasty.
All right. I mean, I think that they are. I also think it's incredible that after trading away their top receiver, the Chiefs have gone to a perfect 7-0 in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Pretty good.
Let's see. Hold on. I'm reading a couple interesting things. Report from Rappaport from a couple hours ago. Cowboys and Dak Prescott are expected to have a deal done before free agency that will make him one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL. Remember, Prescott has a near $60 million cap hit in 2024 and a no tag and no trade clause.
Well.
Cowboys are going to be made for a long time. I like that, dude. I just fucking hate Micah Parsons, that piece of shit.
You know, for as much as you hate Micah Parsons, I don't hate him. I just don't like TJ Watt. I don't know why. I don't have a reason for it. I have no reason to think that I don't like him.
This was new
but
information.
I don't know why.
That's cool.
I was not aware of your dislike, Mass. I'm actually surprised to hear this.
I don't hate him. Let's not go that far. I do not hate TJ Watt. I just don't like him. I don't know why. I do not have a good reason for it. I'm upfront about that. I do not know why, but I don't.
I like Kyle's nuclear reaction. Like he says something that he immediately turns around and says, "Well, you know what? I don't like somebody you like."
What do you say about Aaron Donald?
No, well, Cooper Kupp.
Well, that's just fucking rude, Kyle. Everybody loves Cooper Kupp.
He doesn't even hesitate. He's got somebody at the fly.
Cooper Kupp. Let's see. Trying to read and let's see if there's any other talking points about the Super Bowl.
Mock's pretty late.
Mock's not coming on, and you knew he wasn't coming on.
I know, it's why I said that.
The second I saw the text from Bucket, it's like, all right, we're going 3 of us tonight. Let's see. Super Bowl half, no. The Eagles 49ers rivalry has sparked back up again, and I think that's hilarious. Like 3 people tweeted at Debo to like shut your mouth, and like Fletcher Cox tweeted at him something.
Yeah,
And I just think that that's so funny.
I wasn't even familiar like with this beef. I saw it today.
So it started 2 years ago because of the NFC Championship game. Because the 49ers lost all their quarterbacks, and nobody from the Eagles said anything. But the 49ers came out and they're like, we would have whooped their ass if we had our quarterback. Mm-hmm. Maybe. That defense was pretty good. And this year leading up to it, there was a lot of chatting from both sides. And the 49ers went in there and whooped their ass. And they talked some shit on the way out, which they deserve to do from whooping their ass. But now that the Niners lost to the Chiefs, a lot of the big Eagles players are going back at him, being like, shut your mouth, boy, and tweeting pictures of their rings, which is just hilarious. Yeah. Anybody clowning on the 49ers gets a vote from me. Let's see. In his Super Bowl debut, Brock Purdy lost. No quarterback who has lost a Super Bowl debut has returned to the game in the 21st century. The last one to do so is John Elway.
Wait, also, you yell at us for rooting for the 49ers. But you openly root for the fucking Ravens.
In fairness.
The Bengals and the Browns.
In fairness.
There's no fairness.
No. There was fairness for rooting for the Eagles this week, or for this postseason. I was rooting for the Eagles because they had already the Ravens. I was rooting for the Ravens because they had already beaten the 49ers, and they were the only ones that I had hope of beating the 49ers in the Super Bowl. Only reason I was rooting for the Ravens. Otherwise, fuck them. But I needed my most hated team to lose, so I rooted for your most hated team.
You did it first, that's why I retaliated.
What?
You did it first, that's why I retaliated.
I mean, you would have rooted for the 49ers anyways, regardless of if I rooted for the Ravens, because you're a bad friend.
You're a bad friend.
You're a bad friend.
You like all the teams that we don't like.
That's not true.
You love the Browns.
I do not love the Browns. I hate the Browns. I like the fact that Joe Flacco was having a good year on the Browns, but that's it. Otherwise, I hate that team.
Dude, that is disgusting.
What?
This guy's free throw.
Fuck you, Kyle. 6 of the last Super Bowls have been won by either Mahomes or Brady. I thought that was a fun comparison last night. Mahomes was giving a post-game interview, and they were asking him about the comparison to Tom. And he said something along the lines of, it's hard. I'm always chasing Tom, but I'll always have the fact that he beat me in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So,
and he's not coming back for any reason.
He might.
He might. Seeing Mahomes get closer, he might just come with another one just to give a little more distance.
It's so ridiculous.
But that's the fire that people like Brady or Jordan play with. They don't want to be caught. They're not handing over the keys to the next generation. They want their status that they worked 25 years for.
Yeah, it's true.
Let's see. Travis Kelce and Andy Reid have both confirmed that they're returning next year. So Big Red's back for another one. How many more Super Bowls do you think it takes before Andy Reid has a conversation of being in the conversation of greatest of all time?
I think you would have to, start to creep up on that, 6 6 rings.
Do
Because
you think if he gets 4, he's near there?
I think there's definitely a conversation for once he's at 4 for sure. I mean,
Because you take into account everything else he's done. Like those Eagles teams were good back in the
oh,
day.
absolutely.
And he's done it on 2 different teams with a mixture of different quarterbacks.
Now you'd have to look this up. Does he have? Because he was like the quarterbacks coach for like the Packers in the '90s. Does he have a ring from
I
the
believe
Brett
so. I
Favre?
believe he was the one of the coaches during the Brett Favre Super Bowl.
What's
Because
the other fat guy?
what's that, Kyle?
Who was the other fat guy? He coached Seattle.
Mike Holmgren.
Yeah, they had a star-studded cast over there.
I mean, that's another pretty good coaching tree.
Holmgren tree.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of decent guys.
Green Bay Packers in 92. Did the Packers win in 92?
I think it's on the later side. I want to say it's
He was with the Packers from 92 to 98.
then yes, I think he would have had 2
Okay.
rings with them.
He's got 3 Super Bowl championships. Oh yeah, as assistant coach, won Super Bowl 31. Philadelphia Eagles from 99 to 2012, I think, went to 3 NFC championship games
Yep.
and went to the Super Bowl. I mean, he's done it all. He went through McNabb, Vic. He didn't have Foles. Trying to think who he had at the end of his tenure because he had some interesting guys. Kevin Cobb, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
That's a name.
But I mean, everything you've mentioned, like there is a case to be made for him to be in the greatest of all time, coaching conversation. If you take certain like aspects away, like he's unfortunately like Belichick just has been coaching that much longer.
Sure.
So that is the stats build up that way. But as far as accolades go, I mean, he's right there, and wins another one, that only solidifies it more for him.
Right. Fun fact, if the Chiefs win the next playoff game they play in, they have the longest streak of playoff game wins in history.
Wow.
Let's see. Trying to look through and see if there's any other big ones. I don't really want to talk about Kelsey's outburst because we don't know enough about it.
Yeah. Oh, and you
I
think
don't
too,
think there's a whole lot to be said about that.
and,
He was pissed he wasn't in. They fumbled. He was telling Big Red, "Why didn't you have me in?"
right. And, that's something that's totally could have been overlooked. It just we live in an era where there's 10,000 cameras going at all times.
Uh-huh.
Like any other era, that would have just been lost to the moment.
Let's see. Andy Reid is the 5th coach in history to win 3 Super Bowls, 3 plus. Blaine Gabbert, our guy from earlier, is one of 14 quarterbacks with multiple Super Bowl wins.
That's right.
Man,
Boy said he was going to be good.
what a career!
Yeah. Blaine Gabbert, let's see. Let's look at his stuff real quick, all right? Blaine Gabbert is a 2-time Super Bowl champion, second team All Big 12 in 2009, has 1,600 passing attempts for a 56.3 completion percentage. He has a TD interception ratio of 51 to 50. Hasn't broken 10,000 yards yet. And how much has he made? Has made a total of
$68. I'm sorry, how much?
27 million.
Sounds like a Hall of Famer to me.
Hall of Famer for getting paid for doing jack shit.
I always said he was going to be good.
You were wrong.
This is true.
He had two Super Bowl, but you're wrong.
The Seahawks and Rams are the only two NFC West teams to win Super Bowl this millennium. Cheers to that. Let's see.
I just ate a whole can of Pringles.
I'm proud of you, bud.
Tall sleeve.
Blah 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 blah. I don't see a whole lot more talking points about this.
No, I mean we were very thorough. We covered a lot of aspects of the Super Bowl.
In closing, fuck you, Tony Romo, and fuck you, 49ers.
Here, here.
Kyle,
Yo,
tell us about baseball.
dark this week, baby.
Tell us more about it.
You look at MLB trade rumors.
Sure. Talk to us about them.
I have
Did
something
Monte Grandal signed the other day?
with
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
Oh, I'm
what
getting
were
it.
you starting to say?
Oh no, I was just saying if Kyle was going to take longer, I have something we can do. Just kind of fun to be talking in between. But he's got the.
Look up MLB trade rumors in the meantime.
I'm already there.
All right. Well, save them for now. Kendall, what do you got?
Well, we can do it sort of simultaneously. I thought I had a couple things planned for me, but it's just the three of us. I think this would be the best thing that we could do in this last part of the hour. Across all. What's that?
Oh, go ahead.
Across all sports, I was thinking about like guys who were like hitting free agency, and like how what am I trying to say here? Guys who are in free agency and like why would they have made sense to like come to the team that you rooted for? And like the biggest example, I think about this all the time, and you guys can think of stuff similar to like what my example is. At the end of LaDainian Thompson's time in San Diego, they weren't going to bring him back. He was hitting free agency. He wanted to go to a contender. Pittsburgh was right on the doorstep. I was like convinced that he was going to go and sign with Pittsburgh, and it was going to be awesome. It was like my favorite running back. He was going to be a Steeler. It was going to be great. Instead, he goes and signs with the Jets and goes to lose to Pittsburgh twice in the playoffs. And I will always be left with this thought of like, well, what if it was different? Like, what if like that was the missing piece to like us, advancing or whatever? Like
the biggest free agents we didn't get is what you're asking?
Yeah, it's kind of like what I'm getting at. And like, I think about that a lot. And another guy for Pittsburgh, coincidentally, another Charger, was Eric Weddle. He and Ben Roethlisberger were like, best friends. They had this off-field relationship. He wanted to have an opportunity to go, play for winter. And what does he do? He goes and signs with Baltimore, the rival of Pittsburgh. And both teams were no better for it. I don't understand. I
got a big soft spot in my heart for Weddle.
Oh, and I like the guy too. It's a shame that he went and played in Baltimore, but those are two big names, and I think about this a lot. It's like it's like, and it wouldn't be out of the question. Like, it's not like Pittsburgh was bad. It's not like there was like no reasonable connection between the two. Like these were free agents. At the time they had the opportunity. They wanted to go play for a ring, and they kind of they hitched their horse. Like at the time, the Jets were sort of on the rise. They had Mark Sanchez was playing well. Rex Ryan was like a notable guy, but I didn't think they didn't gain anything. Like
I get you.
I don't just if you guys it doesn't have to be football. I was just like
it's hard to think about ones that like we missed out on because I'm having a hard time like remembering like ones that we were even in competition for.
like baseball is always interesting, and Kyle could speak on it like much better than Kyle will like text me or call me about signings all the time, and a lot of times I'm thinking to myself like, man, why did that guy go there? Like, I've left so many times thinking like, well, why did that guy ever sign there? Like, what did he gain?
Money.
Well, yeah, so money, sure, I can understand all that. There's the financial aspect of sports that is just so evident, but like there are those guys that they do want to play for something because the money doesn't matter because it's just there's just so much of it. They're just like they're printing money in professional sports. Like it doesn't matter to some guys because they're just making it anyway. And I'm always surprised by the guys. Hey, I want to go play for something, and they just go sign with some like dog shit NL Central team that goes on to win 71 games.
Right.
It's also a playing opportunity as well.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair, especially in baseball. That's fair. Like
I think McCutcheon went back to the Pirates. He didn't want to be a bench guy.
yeah, no, that's a good point.
Yeah, idiot.
All right, don't be a dick.
This is Kyle we're
player.
talking about.
No, like so. Nothing major has happened in baseball. Like a lot of minor league signings today. Um, like I said earlier, fucking Ben Gamel signed with the Mets. Kershaw went back to the Dodgers, but he ain't gonna pitch until like August.
mhm.
Nationals signed Jesse Winker, which could be a good signing. Amir Garrett signed with the Giants. Who cares? I don't even know who Connor Sidzak is. I know your boy Profar back with the Padres.
That's my boy, baby. Um,
Rondell with the Pirates. Phillies signed Spencer Turnbull yesterday.
nice. Um, but real quick, Kyle, think about the Phillies for a second, especially like when we were in high school and they were pretty good. Were there any free agents that you can kind of remember at the time that you think, oh man, what a great fit in Philadelphia, and they went and go sign somewhere else?
It's tough because like the Phillies are a hard one to think about
I mean, it
because
was a
for the longest time it was the same core of
well,
players.
right, and it was a very well put together team. The guys, were never hurt. So consistent. Pitching was great, but I mean,
And I guess I could say like Josh Hader now, but that's just the Phillies not wanting to spend the money on him.
yeah, and it's now. I mean, because like they recently just had a great spurt of free agent signings. Like it's like they were the beneficiaries. In the past couple years, like with the Turners, the Harpers,
The Harper one shocked me the most. And at the time, I used to hate that guy. I was in the camp of I wanted Manny Machado because I thought we needed a third baseman.
mhm.
Boy, like Harper, it's just like
Pretty good.
it's not just he's the best player on the team, but he changed the culture of the team. They were dog shit from like 13 to 20. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They were bad for a long time. And then they signed Harper. You knew they weren't going to be great right away. And then they took that turn because of him. You know what
Pretty
I'm
good,
saying?
Bob.
Yeah.
He was the culture change.
I mean, and in general, like I don't want to like use Otani as an example because it's not like a fair enough like, oh, this guy was sought after, that like once he hits free agency, that all these teams are gonna be bidding, because when that kind of came down to it, there was only a few teams that were in the running. Like, I was trying to think of teams that, like, once a player hit the free agency, like, anything could have been on the table. Like, Otani wasn't gonna go sign with the Reds.
No.
It wasn't gonna happen. The pond was small for teams that were gonna get him. Like, this idea that I had was more about a guy that, like, could go literally anywhere, and like, why, like, if you were a fan of a certain team, like, oh, why within reason would this guy be a good fit?
Okay, so Chris Bryant,
Mhm.
right? Why the fuck would he sign in Colorado? They just got rid of one of their best players in Nolan Arenado. First of all, it didn't even make sense why the Rockies signed him.
God, this is the thing to talk about. You would call me up and tell me like this exact thing, and I'm like, well, like, I don't know why you would do that.
But like, it's not even the fact that he signed there. It's the fact why the Rockies traded Arenado just to sign Bryant.
Yeah, I literally have no, like, gun to my head. I couldn't give you a reason that made any sense.
Because Bryant was on the downhill swing, like not like drastically downhill like he is, but like he wasn't the 2016 Chris Bryant.
Right.
But it's just like you traded your all-time third baseman for absolutely nothing. Nothing. And he's still fucking playing out of his mind for St. Louis. And you go sign a freaking guy that can't play third base anymore. And just seems like he doesn't give a fuck about baseball anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like the Mets. Why did they sign Verlander and Scherzer?
I don't know.
I get that. I get that.
Like,
but they're 40. And boy, when they turn 40, it definitely looks it.
Yeah, I mean, for the money.
Oh.
For the money.
I'm going to keep looking. I'm going to scroll down. I'm sure there's a lot more.
Like, I try to think of like guys, who are like the prolific, like running backs. Is before the running backs became
market crashed,
right? Yeah. Like there were some pretty significant guys out there that would have been like, oh, what a great like addition to your team. Like, we imagine. Well,
that's mine. That's mine. And why the fuck would you leave Pittsburgh to go to the Jets when you were offered more money to stay in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, the Bell thing will never make any sense to me.
Because he was mad.
Yeah. And boy, did he regret his decision 1 year later.
Oh, yeah. Not even a year later.
Grass isn't always greener on the other side, man.
It's really not.
Yeah.
Like, you go through like a perfect situation. You have you have a lot of you have a great offensive line. They offered you more money, and you're like, "Nah, I want more." And the Steelers are like, "Dude, no."
I'll give you a what if. This is a draft one though.
Okay.
But a story that's been told a lot. So, I'm curious how his career would have turned out. I'm sure he still would have been fine, but in 2012, Los Angeles Rams were on the clock at pick number 50, I think. And they called a young linebacker out of Utah State and said, "Hey, Bobby, you want to come play for the Rams? Well, if you're here at pick 50, we're going to draft you." And at pick number 47 in the second round of the 2012 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks selected Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, well,
That's a big what if for me.
Good kick in the balls, huh?
Yep.
yeah, especially that close too.
You
Yep.
got him for a year.
Got him for a year, and he was electric.
Yeah, you
He's
know,
just good. He doesn't miss tackles.
Yeah, something that our team was sorely missing this year, but
yeah. You know, I think about, and I'm trying to remember like the timeline of everything, but you know, Chris Johnson goes
yep.
and signs with Arizona, which
Mm-hmm.
I think at the time wasn't really doing much of
No, they
anything.
had Carson Palmer at the time.
Did he sign there or did he get traded?
I
He
thought,
signed there.
yeah, I thought he signed.
Oh, I think it was because he was slowing down with the Titans.
Yes, he got cut,
Um,
but he signed with the Cardinals after a year playing with the Jets because the Palmer-led Cardinals were doing very well.
Wait, Chris Johnson played for the Jets?
yeah,
For a year.
I don't remember that at all.
it wasn't.
2014.
It wasn't like super eventful. I think he did have like one or two pretty big runs. But it's
Man, the Jets are just the kings of this,
yeah,
huh?
it's so interesting because like yeah, he wasn't running his 4.4 whatever speed it was, but the guy was still a serviceable back, and it always interests me like the perspective like, oh, this team might be the one that's going to take me to the Super Bowl, and yeah, hindsight is 2020, but I just like why would you go there like.
So you have LaDainian Tomlinson, Chris Johnson,
Yep.
Le'Veon Bell, Dalvin
Mhm.
Cook.
Yeah.
Is there another one?
Oh, I'm sure there is. I just got to think about it.
J.J. maybe.
Oh,
Matt Forte.
Thomas Jones.
Thomas Jones.
And the Jets are just the kings of getting running backs after their prime.
Yeah. It's like, hey, were you good? Come to New York.
Even though Bell wasn't past his prime, like the Jets' offensive line was just so bad.
It continues to be bad.
Bad teams are bad for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's so weird. I can't even really remember Bell's time on the Jets. Like, I know he was there, but I can't. There's nothing that stands out to me. Like,
Exactly.
He didn't do nothing. He had no holes. The Steelers are very good at two things. They're very good at drafting wide receivers and finding running backs. James Conner was fine. Najee is fine. Jalen Warren's fucking sick.
I tell you what, one of the biggest trades that I'm just mad that we never got done was McCaffrey, because we were right in there with the bidding war for the 49ers for him.
yeah, I mean, what a splash move.
You guys got Kyron, so you got to be happy about it.
Yeah, he was better than McCaffrey this year by stats alone. But I remember being at work, and this is around the time that the Jalen Ramsey trades were floating around. Nobody had talked about us doing it. And then all of a sudden I see Marcus Peters gets traded, and it's like, and then I get the alert. Breaking news, the Rams are traded for Jalen Ramsey, and I went, And Jalen was good. Jalen was pretty good.
You know who wasn't good?
Who?
Dante Moncrief.
That was a guy I was so excited to be in Pittsburgh. Like, I was like, yes, this is going to be our slot receiver extraordinaire, this, that, and the other. The guy sucked so hard.
Yep. We traded for Von Miller. That was a good one.
Not a good signing by the Bills.
Not a good signing by the Bills. I'm happy he went away. The only downside to him leaving is we used that money to quickly pivot and go, hey, Allen Robinson, you want a fuck ton of money? Here you go. That
He's
didn't work
gonna
out
be
great.
cut.
He's not good.
He's not bad.
He's not good.
He's just
Well,
can't.
time.
He's past his prime.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, there's guys that can't play, or they can't reinvent themselves to play late into careers, and he's just one of those guys.
We just need him to play for 2 more teams, and he's
Yeah.
and like there's no way the Giants don't.
So amazing.
Getting pretty upset when we didn't go get CJ Mosley when he was a free agent. And turns out that I don't know what I'm talking about.
All right.
Not since he
See,
went to the Jets.
like for the Steelers, like we didn't go after free agents for such a long time.
Yeah.
Last year was the first year we've actually done free agency.
I'm just like the biggest like anger for me has been that we haven't done anything at edge for like the last like 7 years. Like we traded for Von Miller and got him for half a season, and that was it. We had Leonard Floyd, and he was okay, but he wasn't like a top tier edge rusher. Like I wanted Yannick Ngakoue, or like we could have traded for Frank Clark. He might have been a free agent. I don't remember. Jadeveon Clowney, I would have been okay with.
You know, I'm amazed every year of the number of free agents that find their way to Baltimore. Like,
Yeah.
it's amazing. And like, yeah, don't get me wrong. Playing for Harbaugh is probably great. You know, he's a great head coach. You know, the upside of playing with Lamar Jackson is there, but like history has shown that it's like that team is not getting it done, and all these guys say, "Oh, I'm going to be the piece that's going to," and it never pans out. And like,
No, it
I think
really
of
doesn't.
all these other teams that like are in just as good as a position as Baltimore that could either that player can fill that role or play better than the person who's in that role already, and it just doesn't get done, and they just
Yeah.
are this constant stream of players to Baltimore. The list is insane.
You guys have a free agent coming up this year that you guys really want?
Yeah.
Not yours.
Yeah. Any quarterback. I'm just kidding.
Kirk Cousins is available.
Can you look up the list, Matthew?
Quarterbacks?
No, just free agents. I can't
I'm
remember.
looking at it right now. What do you want to know?
Anything.
Just name like the top 20. There's somebody out there that I really want. I just forgot who it was.
Kirk Cousins, Ryan Tannehill, Leonard Williams, Chris Jones. We already talked about him. Danielle Hunter, Mike Evans, Odell, Randy Gregory, DJ Reader, Adoree Jackson, Ryan Jensen, Markin Davenport, Hunter Henry, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, Zadarius Smith, Curtis Samuel, Tyler Boyd, Yannick Ngakoue, Grover Stewart, Saquon Barkley, Tony Pollard, Fletcher Cox, Michael Thomas, Kendall Fuller, Stephon Gilmore, Dwayne Brown, Sheldon Rankins, Micah Hyde, Carl Lawson, Chase Young, Michael Davis, Kenny Moore, Jacoby Brissett, Denico Autry, Kevin Zeitler, Devin White, Chidobe Azue, Connor Williams, Austin Johnson, Leonard Floyd, Daquan Johnson, Calais Campbell, Trent Brown, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson Jr., Dalton Schultz, Austin Eckler, Manuel Mosley, Justin Jones, Gerald Everett, Tyron Smith, Dorrance Armstrong Jr., Josh Allen. What?
All right. I don't know, honestly. From the list, I would want Jawan Jennings the most. Because we're going to need a third receiver.
I want Bobby Wagner. I want to just keep bouncing him back and forth between the Seahawks and us now. That'd be so funny. Like 1 year with us, 1 year with them, 1 year with us, 1 year with them.
When it
Actually, sorry. Legarius Sneed. That's who I want.
That's a good pick.
When it sort of was rumored earlier this year, I think before the season started, I thought Chase Young was a reasonable thing that could happen, and I kind of built that up in my head. And
Be thankful that didn't happen.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was weird how that year went, especially for Washington.
Yeah. Also, Chase Young isn't good.
I see. I'm not totally out on it yet. I think it was just a very strange, I think in the right situation, he can kind of return to whatever form there was, his rookie year and whatnot.
Mm.
I
I
just
mean,
think.
Fletcher Cox said he wanted to play with Cam Hayward.
I mean, hey, that'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
I just think
He's old as shit, though.
I think playing in Washington just breaks your spirit.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't it for you?
Oh, absolutely.
I would like personally one Brian Burns.
we don't have the money.
Just get him on the line for Aaron Donald for his last 2 years and call it a day. Get it done, make it happen. Then go out and get me L'Jarius Sneed or Kendall Fuller or I don't fucking know, Sean Murphy Bunting. Go get me a starting cornerback and draft another one, and then your defense is pretty much fixed. The end.
We also need one of those.
Starting corner?
Yeah.
You have one of those.
We need another one.
But we don't have one.
Well, Massey,
You
that's
need at
too
least
bad.
3.
What'd you say, Kyle?
You need at least 3, and we just have 1.
We need at least 3, and we have 0.
I don't know.
Artie
You gotta
Burns
kill
is
those.
around.
I still don't understand trading Jalen Ramsey for a cheese sandwich, but it is what it is.
Was he even good for Miami?
Yeah, he had a few good picks. He started the year late because he was injured, but he did pretty well. He's
Really
going to move
don't
to
want
safety
to
in another year or something, but what?
So I really don't want it to fucking snow tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I got bad news for you. You're in for about 12 or 13 inches.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, well, I can't really help you. The weather's coming. I can't change that.
Warm that shit up.
Yeah.
All right, let me get outside and just like,
Do
I
the
don't know,
heat dance.
start rubbing my belly and see if it works. Yeah,
Flamethrower.
dolphin and a panther.
Oh,
Dolphin and a panther.
well, since we're kind of winding down, do you want to knock out a grid real quick?
Sure, let's do a grid.
I'll look up it on my phone. We talking?
Kyle, I already have it pulled up.
Okay.
Let's
I gotta
see.
learn how do I do
Name,
this?
name a team, and I'll go until I find one that has that team.
You said dolphin and a panther.
I was looking at a different grid. I already moved on.
Okay.
Name a team.
Let's go with New Orleans.
New Orleans. Gonna go until I find the Saints.
I like
Gonna
this.
take a second. Here we go. All right. Let's knock out a grid. I don't like that one because that's like too just like name a person that has 1,000 passing yards. I don't care. I want to actually know like teams to play for different.
Name a player on this team.
You already did that, motherfucker. Oh, who cares? Just give me. They all have this stupid shit now where it's like this team and 1,000-yard rusher, or this team and 1,000-yard receiver.
You know,
Go to the beginning, Massey. That's when they didn't do all that shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down to here. Here's number 10. Nope, number 10 has the thing for first team All Pro. 1,000 receiving yards.
I'm convinced we came up with this game. Think about it, like
And somebody just did it.
like we were playing like name a random player years ago,
Yeah.
and just like and we were doing games where like the last name would be the start of the first name, like and we were doing it consistently, like. And like I'm thinking of a player game. We've been doing this forever. I'm convinced there's people listening to us, like on the street, and just taking our ideas.
Not our show.
And just no, they're not listening to our show. They're listening. They're listening to us like like walking down the aisles of grocery stores, or like our phones are tapped, because we've had several like ideas that we for sure came up with that somebody's making money that we're not.
All right, here's a good grid. Let's start off with Bears and Dolphins.
Okay.
Brandon Marshall?
Brandon Marshall came to mind.
Jay Cutler. I'll be better rare to score.
All right.
You think he'll be a better scorer?
Smoking Jay Cutler, 42%.
Fuck. Didn't think
Dolphins
many
and
people would pick him.
Jets.
Who?
Dolphins and Jets.
Okay, hold on. I got a really good one. Just give me 1 second. He was
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
no. He was a defensive end.
Jason Taylor.
Jason Taylor.
Jason Taylor, 10%.
Nice.
Dolphins and Bills. Kiko Alonso?
Yeah.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, Kiko Alonso is a better one, 10%. Cowboys and Bears.
Oh, Tank Johnson. I think the guy's in jail.
1%, Kendall. Very nice. Jets and Cowboys.
Jets and Cowboys.
Alfred Morris.
Oh my
I don't think he
god.
played for the Jets. Did he play for the Jets? I don't think he did.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I'm checking.
He played for the Giants.
Played for the Giants. That's the New York team he played for.
Jets and the Cowboys.
Although there probably is a running back that we're just
There's definitely a
Keyshawn
running back.
Johnson?
Who?
Did Keyshawn Johnson play for the Cowboys?
he actually might have.
Keyshawn played for the Cowboys. Keyshawn Johnson. 20%. Bills and Cowboys.
Okay.
Bills and,
Who'd you say?
Bills and Cowboys.
Bills and Cowboys. CJ Spiller ever played for the Cowboys?
I don't think so.
Who?
CJ Spiller was a joke.
Um,
Terrell Owens.
Yeah, TF.
Chad Ochocinco.
Johnson.
22%. Bears and Titans.
Bah.
Bears and Titans.
Bears and Titans. That's a gross one.
I'll get there.
There's got to be like a tight end.
See, I'm thinking that there's a lineman that went there.
What about Cody Whitehair?
No, we never a Titan.
Correct. Cody Whitehair was never a Titan. He was drafted in 2016.
All right. Go to the next one. We'll go back to it.
All right. Jets and Titans. CJ2K.
Yep.
Yeah. Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Chris Johnson was 21%. Bills and Titans.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah,
Just literally works for everything.
really does. 32%. Tennessee Titans and Chicago Bears.
This is a tough one.
Yeah.
This is nothing like obvious.
It's going to end up being like a corner or a receiver. Eddie Royal ever play for the Titans?
Not that I know of. What about bad kickers that kind of like made it around?
They've had Robbie Gould, Eddie Pinero, Cairo Santos. I don't remember who was before Robbie Gould.
Who's
Neither
the
do I.
who's
That's
the
before
double
my time.
doink?
Cairo Santos.
Wasn't?
Double doink
Devin
was
Hester
Cody
ever make a
Parkey.
stop in Tennessee?
I don't think
Cody
so.
Parkey. Who was it?
Devin
Yeah,
Hester.
he was a
Answer to your question was Cody Parkey, by the way.
So he was what, just
He sucked.
a bear and a eagle.
He might have been a Titan.
Cody Parkey.
Cody Parkey.
He might
Let's
have been.
see. Kendall.
Yes.
Look at you. Immaculate. 9%. All right.
You're the
Players
baseball.
that we didn't get right. That's who I was fucking thinking of. I was thinking of Kendall Wright, the guy that Paul was making me guess the other day.
Oh, for a receiver?
You're a baseball one.
Huh?
You're a baseball one.
No.
Come on.
Fine. Ones for Cowboys and Bears we missed was Andy Dalton. Chad Pennington was Dolphins and Jets. Vinny Testaverde for Jets and Cowboys. Corey
So you're not
Davis for Jets and Titans. And Cole
trying to get
Beasley
the
for
rarest people.
Bills and Cowboys.
You're trying to get like the rarest people.
Oh, I know. All right, Kyle. Baseball one.
You like 38, number 38.
Number 38. 138, 238, or regular 38?
38.
Yankees and Astros.
Lance Berkman.
You beat me to it. I was like a second away from saying it.
4%. Astros and Padres. Or is that San Francisco Giants? I can't tell. That's Giants.
Christ.
The colors look like the Padres.
I don't know. Give me a minute.
All right. A's and Astros.
I don't know if he's are you talking to us, Kyle?
Yeah. Because I don't know what the logo is without seeing it.
It's San Francisco. I clicked on it. It says San Francisco.
Okay. So Astros and Giants, Jeff Kent.
Jeff who?
Jeff Kent. Kent.
Kent. 9%. A's and Astros.
I have one. Ken, you want to try to get one?
A's and Astros.
Yep.
I'm blanking.
Tony Kemp.
Tony Kemp.
K-E-M-P.
Yeah, Kemp.
12%. Yankees MVP.
I don't know. Derek Jeter.
You ever win an MVP?
I think so. Just do judge them.
Okay. 19. Rookie of the year.
For Yankees.
Yankees. Yeah.
Jeter won Rookie of the Year, right?
Yeah,
Yes, he
probably.
did. 53%. Giants MVP.
Buster Posey. I think.
I think he did only once.
9%. Rookie of the year, Giants.
Fuck. I should have used Buster Posey for that one. There's no way that Bonds didn't win MVP that year.
What about Lincecum?
He might have,
Who is it?
but I don't want to. Let's see. Hold on.
I'm trying to think of like who would have been. We'll come back to it. What's another one, Mass?
A's MVP.
A's MVP. A's MVP. It's got to be somebody old, right, Kyle?
That's what I'm thinking. Because I don't think McGuire ever won it. I don't think Giambi ever won it. Matt Olson, Matt Chapman.
Would it be like the Catfish Hunters of the world?
Fuck.
There are
Guys,
at
pick
least
another
a
one.
couple that you. There
Pick
are
another
at least a couple that you should know because I know these names.
Pick another good role team.
Well, the last three you have are A's MVP, and then Giants Rookie of the Year and A's Rookie of the Year. Those are the three left. Here, I'll even stream it for you so you can look at the.
Just want to do one with all teams.
Okay. You want me to move to a different one?
Yeah, do one with all teams. Because fuck those.
Pick a number.
112. Like that kind
All
of
teams.
I do.
all teams? Awesome.
Kyle, you want to like click on my name where it says live, and then you can watch and you can actually see the grid.
All right, cool. Nice.
Cubs and Twins.
I got one, Kendall, but if you want to try, go ahead.
How you go?
What's the one on the Mets? Is it Tyler McGill or Trevor McGill?
Tyler.
Are you sure?
See, now you got me questioning. I think it's Tyler.
All right, type in Trevor McGill.
Trevor McGill.
Let's
Trevor
go to
McGill
images.
is on the Brewers.
All right, that one. That one. I know he played for both.
Trevor McGill. 0.7. Cubs and Dodgers.
It's got to be somebody recently that
Kendall, you know it.
we were just talking about him.
Also, A's MVP was Miguel Tejeda, Jason
I never got that.
Giambi, or Dennis Erxley, or Ricky Henderson, or Jose Canseco, or Reggie Jackson.
You know,
So I definitely would have been right because I said Giambi.
we should have did Henderson though. We should have known that. Would Bellinger just be?
You could do Bellinger. Jason Hayward's also there.
Good memory.
Which one?
Do Hayward.
Hayward would probably be better points.
11%. Cubs and Nationals. Also the Expos.
I have one if you need it. If you want to try it, Kendall.
I had a catcher I thought, but now
Well, just say it. I'll tell you
You
if
do
you're
that
wrong.
one too.
but you know it's
Hey,
funny.
Kendall.
I can't get. Is it Wilson Ramos?
No, don't put that.
Who am I thinking of?
He plays for the Cubs now.
Plays for the Cubs now. Why am I blanking on this? Who is it?
Jan Gomes.
Oh, that's not who I was thinking of though.
You could also do
7%.
Jim Candelario.
I already did Jan.
I know.
Twins and Sox. White Sox.
Joe Creedy.
Gross.
3%. Sox and Dodgers.
Joe Kelly. Oh, wait. Okay.
Oh, we got to do Adam Dunn here.
Yeah, go ahead.
1%. Orioles and Twins.
Nelson Cruz.
Riles. Briles.
No,
Nelson
Cruz.
Cruz.
Oh, Cruz. 16. Dodgers and Orioles.
Dodgers.
There's an
Orioles.
scapegoat one. I'm trying to think of a better one.
Well, the term is scapegoat, not escapegoat.
I like mine better.
All right.
Oh wait, can we skip and do Orioles Nationals?
Sure.
Can we do a Niger Morgan?
You sure you played for the Orioles?
I thought he did, unless he didn't.
What's his first name? Nyjer.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cheating, man.
I'm just confirming. Pirates, Nationals, Brewers, Indians, Eagles. No, didn't play for either of those teams.
Damn, I could have sworn.
For the Orioles and Nationals, you could put Michael Franco.
%.
Look at that face. I'm trying to think of like a more rare Dodger Oriole.
Because I have a very obvious one.
What is it?
Manny Machado.
%.
What are the best options?
It only shows you the highest picks, not the lowest picks.
Oh man,
Man,
Troy Hawkins.
Troy Hawkins.
That should have been so obvious. Damn it. Matt Wieters.
That's a funny name.
Jim Tomey too. That should have been obvious.
Yeah, we didn't try to go for the obvious ones.
No, I know.
No, we didn't. All right, back to football because it's the one I can do.
Okay.
I'll pick a number between 1 and 208. That's not one I've done already.
137.
Nice. Eagles.
Eagles, Seahawks. Are you guys there?
Yeah.
I'm here, yeah.
All right.
Did what's his face? Who was their left tackle forever?
What? Oh, Jason Peters.
Did he go to the Seahawks?
I'm pretty sure. I'm
Double
not
check.
100% sure.
I was right. Look at me. Jason Peters. Look at me. I'm so smart. 10%. Fuck you guys. Giants and Seahawks. It's going to be a cornerback.
Try
The fucking Titans are here again.
Try Joe Juravicious.
He was never a Giant, dick.
Well, look it up.
How do I spell his last name?
I actually
Juv.
There we go. Joe Dervicius. He was a Giant before he was a Seahawk, Kyle, so you were wrong.
Yeah, dick.
All right, sorry. I'm not really sorry though.
We know. 0.09 or 0.9, Kendall. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Baltimore and Seattle.
You can do fucking Jadeveon Clowning.
Yeah.
God, I hate him.
He's just everywhere.
I know.
San Fran and Eagles.
Oh, never. Did Brian Westbrook play for the 49ers?
I don't think so.
Because there was brothers. There was Byron.
Oh, he did. I was wrong. Brian Westbrook. All right. 3%. Congratulations. San Francisco and New York Giants. Robbie Gould.
Yeah, I never would have got there.
All right. 49ers, Ravens.
Oh, that's
Anquan Bolton.
Oh,
good
yeah.
call.
Good call.
29%.
This is the hard one. Fired.
Giants and Titans.
Adoree Jackson.
Nice.
Do a couple more of these before we sign off.
Baltimore and Tennessee.
Oh, fuck. God damn it, Jadeveon Clowney.
Okay, hold on.
Haloti Ngata? No. There's another lineman that went between the two of them. Was it Haloti Ngata?
No, you played for the Lions.
Oh, that's right.
Wasn't there a guy named like Rolando McClain or something?
You're Orlando McLean.
He was a Dolphin.
Yeah, just because you were wrong last time.
There's a lot of McLeans. I could be wrong.
Baltimore and Dallas
Damn.
and Oakland.
A receiver.
I
I can picture this receiver.
Kenny Brett.
I mean, that would just be the way it goes. Like, it would be Kenny Britt.
It's not Kenny Britt, but yeah, he was a Brown. He wasn't a Raven. Yeah, there is a receiver. What?
Steve McNair.
Oh,
McNair?
yeah. Obvious one.
I didn't know he was a Raven. Earl Thomas we missed for Seahawks Ravens.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Forgot that happened before he was fucking trick with his brother. Rashad Penny for Seattle and Eagles. Forgot about that. Geno Smith for Seattle and New York.
Oh, man.
Matt Breida for Giants in San Francisco.
Kerry
T.O.
Collins.
Kerry Collins. All right. Kendall, pick a number 1 to 208.
Let's go with 44.
44. Another all team. Good job. Green Bay and Falcons. Brett Favre.
You know what a great
You know
wedding?
who's, I believe, another. I might be wrong. Andre Rison. I think he played for the Falcons.
Yeah, he was a Falcon.
Yeah, he was. Andre Bad Moon Rison. One of my favorite nicknames of all time. Green Bay, Philadelphia.
Reggie White.
Yeah, Reggie
Yep.
White.
Also a really cool nickname. Green Bay, Kansas City. Really sad we can't use coaches because we could have used Andy Reid for 2 of the 3.
Yeah, right.
Marquez Valdez Scantlin.
Yep. Gross, Kyle. San Francisco, Atlanta, Tevin Coleman.
Gross.
Yep.
Javon
San Francisco.
Hargrave.
Yep.
We're going for the high score here.
Oh, let's do Conley
Kansas
here.
City, San Francisco.
Jadavius Ward.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Just trying to think of the quarterback. Falcons, Vikings. Is that another Andre Rison one? No, he wasn't a Viking. Falcons, Vikings. That could have also been a Favre one, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
I feel like this was Laquan Treadwell.
Yeah.
Did he play
You
for
have to look it
Atlanta?
up. He definitely did.
I don't remember him playing for Atlanta, but that came to my mind. Yeah, he did. All right. I wanted him so bad on the draft.
Greg Lewis.
Hilarious.
That was for the Vikings and Eagles, and Vikings and KC. Percy Harvin?
No, he was under a Chief.
What
Yeah.
about the lineman? He did the dance, Jared Allen.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. The lineman who did the dance. Fuck you, Kendall. Deion Sanders for San Francisco, Atlanta. Cordero Patterson for Vikings and Falcons. Jalen Rager is the receiver I was thinking about. Joe Montana for San Francisco. All right, Kyle, picking up. Well, you know what? Fuck you. I'm picking a number. 77. Gross.
Pick a new one.
Bills and Colts.
Pick a new one.
All right.
Schedule.
93.
I'll
No.
do it.
Oh, for fuck's sake. 93. God damn it. 25. There we go. Panthers, Bills. Josh Norman.
Yep.
I feel like for like 2 years they were just trading like their team. They're just going back and forth and signing guys.
Hey, fun fact. This also would have worked for Josh Norman. Washington Bills.
How do we keep getting Titans
I don't know.
and Ravens and Eagles? God damn it!
Washington
Bills
Bills.
and Commanders.
Bills and Commanders.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. Bills and Eagles.
So this
Kiko
LaShawn-
Alonso?
Oh, did he go to the Eagles?
I believe so.
I had LaShawn McCoy at the ready, if not.
Sean McCoy's a good one. Yep, Eagles right after.
Oh man, I didn't even remember that.
Titans and Panthers.
Titans and Panthers. Running back, Jonathan Stewart?
No, he was
No.
a Giant.
No, okay. Close in the team colors.
They're the same fucking team. Trash.
Tits and pants. Tits and pants. What are we doing for the tits and the pants? Trying to think of all this. Was Kelvin Benjamin ever a Titan?
There's a bill.
We already used that one.
I know.
Should have done that instead of fucking Josh Norman. Bills and Panthers and Titans. Panthers and Titans.
Are there
God,
any?
Was Cody Parkey ever a Panther?
You don't think this guy kicked for bad teams?
I think he kicked for a lot of teams. Fuck. All right, we'll come back to it. Titans and Commanders. Albert Hainsworth.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
I had nobody. Hey. I lied.
Haynes. Eagles, Titans. Kevin Byard.
Yeah.
%. Steve Smith Sr. Ravens.
Ravens and Commanders.
It's a tough one.
Another tough one.
For the Ravens and Eagles, you could put Torrey Smith.
Yeah.
I forgot about him too.
Titans and Panthers.
Huh.
It's going to be a really shitty lineman that played. Matt Khalil played for the Titans ever?
I have no idea.
He just sounds like he did.
Damn it. I was so confident on that one. Who was the other end of the two-headed back system with Jonathan Taylor?
With Jonathan Taylor?
Not Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan
Andrew
Stewart.
Williams.
Did he ever play for the Titans?
He was a Steeler.
Damn it.
Man, this is tough.
Two difficult ones.
The Ravens and Commanders, I'm thinking defense.
Yeah.
Who did Washington overpay?
Everybody. Oh. Deion Sanders.
Oh, yeah.
Good memory.
All right.
Why is this one such a ball breaker?
This is hard because they both suck. Like,
What about
Kicker. There's a kicker that kicked the whole team.
what about like the Matt Barkleys of the world?
a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Jimmy Clausen? Try Jimmy Clausen.
Look at you.
Look at, I'll tell you that picture of him. He has very I can't think of the quarterback.
Oh, what do you mean no?
He never played for the Titans.
Ugh. What about Jake Delhomme?
Actually, what did you read Titans on that?
I don't know. My brain turned off.
Let's do one more.
All right, we'll do one more. I want to know who this is. Kerry Collins again.
When did he play for the fucking Panthers?
I don't
I don't know,
that.
but there's 38 apparently. Let's look through them. Kerry Collins, Donta Foreman apparently, Kevin Dyson. I don't recognize any of these other names, which I think goes to speak. Cortland
We should have said
Finnegan,
Foreman.
motherfucker. How did I not say Cortland Finnegan? God damn it.
I don't remember him on the Panthers.
I do. That's where he went before he fell off the face of the earth. Kyle, pick a number.
57.
Pick another number.
8.
Pick another number.
Damn it.
Actually, Kendall, you
14.
do two numbers now.
14.
You're not Kendall. Kendall, pick a number.
All right, we'll do 14 for Kyle.
Kendall, pick another number.
Okay, 81.
I'll pick a number.
100.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Kendall, pick another. Pick another number.
Let's go with 108. Man,
I'll.
100. I mean, sorry, 1.
I already did one.
All right, 11.
Nope. Kendall.
let's go one. So one there, 197.
Matt, you didn't do so hot on some of these.
No, most of the recent ones that I've been doing, gross. I've just been clicking the ones I know. I'm just like, I don't really feel like thinking about these. What else is there? All right, we're going with 99. Nope. Kyle,
7.
real riveting raider right here, guys. Nope. Kendall,
I think we just pick this next one and just bite the bullet. We're gonna go with 67. All right.
All right, that's fine. We could do 1,000 yards.
God, fucking Christ, damn it! I hate this. Oh my Lanta. There we go.
Hey,
All right,
we
we're done. Raiders Saints.
All right, give up.
That's funny.
Derek Carr.
Yeah. Giants Raiders.
Oh, Kevin Boss.
VOSS.
You.
No, a boss.
False water for Hollywood.
1%. Raiders Commanders.
Man.
They both have had so many quarterbacks.
Oh, Jason Campbell.
There you go. Tag team.
Back again.
Chiefs. $69. Chiefs and Giants.
Oh, what's that terrible receiver?
Oh, Rudolph.
No, Kadarius Toney.
Mecole Hardman.
He was a Jet, not a Giant.
Yeah, he was a chief and a commander, though.
Oh, I thought you were saying that for the last one. He was a
What?
Jet. Mecole.
Oh,
Hardman.
Brian Pringle.
Very
Brian-
funny, Kyle.
Brian Pringle.
All right.
My bad.
You fucked it
look-
up for us.
You can put Brian Pringle if you want.
No, let's just do the rest of them. Texans, Brandon Cooks. And Texans.
Okay, hold on. Try Kevin Walter.
Who?
Kevin Walter. I think this guy played for.
Nope.
Was he a Giant?
I thought he was.
He was on the practice squad. Doesn't
God
count, apparently.
Damn it.
All right. We got to think of one.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
All right.
Consolation pick. Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Texans, Commanders.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
No, we got to pick a real one.
That is a real one.
We got to pick one we haven't used yet.
It's not fun.
The game. Texans and Commanders.
Any tight ends we could think of?
Alfred Morris, ever a Commander? Ever a Texan?
I
He was
don't.
definitely a commander, not a Tex.
Did Chris Cooley ever play for anyone else besides Washington?
I don't think so.
Even if he did, I don't think it was. I think it was a Viking.
Nope, just Redskins.
Good for him.
So I was in their announcing booth for a while. Man, that one's tough. All right, let's check the summary. We missed Derek Carr for Giants. And
Oh,
Ryan
we got
Fitzpatrick,
David
right?
Carr.
David Carr. Yeah, I never would have thought of that.
David Carr. See, Connor Barwin. Didn't know he ever played for.
Man.
That's a name I haven't thought of in a while, but I didn't know he ever played there. Bernard McKinney.
Is this Giants and Commanders?
This is Texans and Giants. Shane Graham, younger brother of James Graham.
I forgot.
Tyrod Taylor.
For who?
What about him? Giants and Texans.
It's funny. I don't remember that.
He's a Texan for a hot minute. Which Michael Thomas is this? The safety. All right.
Very good.
Closing thoughts.
Fuck football till next year.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Fuck football until free agency in like a month.
I just want baseball to be back.
You can have baseball, but I want my free agency and I want my draft. And then you can have the entire summer. I'll give you that.
All right. Hey,
That's
buddy,
a pretty fair.
impact.
That's a pretty fair trade, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean,
Shut up, Kendall.
Go Chiefs, thank you for giving me the beauty of a 49ers loss. Life is grand. I woke up very happy today.
Holy shit.
What?
Victor Wembanyama stats today. 27 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 10 blocks, 7 turnovers.
Wow.
7 like he turned the ball over or he forced 7 turnovers?
Oh, he turned the ball over 7. He almost had a quadruple double. He had 10 blocks.
Jesus.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's with his first.
Yeah, well, get popped like 2 years and they'll be competing for a championship. So yes, I woke up very happy. I get to drink the 49ers cheers for another year, which is always a delightful thing. I'm looking forward to free agency.
Yeah.
Can't wait to watch my team get worse. Anybody else?
No, I got nothing.
Oh, we
All
good.
right. It was a good show, gents.
Yeah. Quick beer review, Mass.
Champagne and beers. What else is there to say?
It's such a good beer. Ugh,
It is.
it's so good. I can't wait to have some soon.
Shut up, Tim.
I'll have some with you.
Hey, thank you so much. I've had before reviewed on the show Woodinville. This is their bourbon whiskey finished in port cask. It's got a little bit of a bite to it. It's good. It's very rich. I bought the original and I bought this one. There's a price differential. This one cost a little bit more. Off the top of my head, I don't remember what it cost, but still very affordable. Made in Washington, which is kind of unique. It's very rich. You get the what I'm trying to say. If there's like there's a berry note to it. I don't know what exactly it is, but there's a very mild sweetness that comes through in the berry. They describe chocolate. I don't really pick up any of the chocolate notes, but in most like bourbons and Scotch is something that I particularly like. Is kind of the wood component, like the oakiness, or in Scotch especially smoke. No smoke in this, but there is like an oak kind of component that is good. I highly recommend this if you're a bourbon drinker to just give this a shot. Put it in your catalog, if you will. 4.2 out of 5 stars. Would it get again?
Okay. Very good. Kyle,
Vitamin water are great. Hey,
as always.
what's a lumbar spine stress response?
Well, if the lumbar region of your spine gets fucked, you're in for a bad time. Whose lumbar region got fucked?
Sorry, D'Anthony Melton.
Okay. Closing remarks? Anybody?
Um,
You can find us at GSWD_4.
yeah. Twitter and Instagram, GSWD_4. Facebook, Getting Sports with a Drunk.
Make sure to use the hashtag GSWD for all your daily uses, whether it's shitting all over the 49ers or being really good and really bad at immaculate grins.
Yeah.
Mostly good.
Like, subscribe, follow, wherever you can find, internet shows, podcasts, Google Play, iHeartRadio, you name it, we're there. We cover
Except
all
for
the
Blue
bases.
Sky. We're not on Blue Sky yet, but we'll be there soon.
Yeah. Stay tuned. Big things on the horizon for us. Exciting. Very exciting.
Yeah. All right.
We're going to Buffalo.
That's right.
I would go for a game. I would absolutely be in. 100%.
I'm going to get slammed through a table.
Yeah, that would be sick.
You can actually look at the Bills 2024 regular season schedule and see who they play.
But yeah, until next time, he is
Mock.
Nope. But I'm the Master Chris Massey.
and the Rat of a Red Baron.
Yeah.